I happen to live in a 100-year-old house. We had a household emergency this week. We had some plumbing problems. This plumbing problem made me reflect on some of the things that have happened to this house since we moved in 5 years ago. So I just want to touch base on some repairs and upgrades that we have had to do post-purchase. First of all, let's talk about this week's scare. We had a plumbing problem. We're experiencing some backup in the plumbing. It happened where the toilet got backed up. We experienced slow drains in the kitchen, and we experienced backup in the laundry room, which is right next to me. We thought that maybe it was a clogged drain. We call Roto-Rooter, they come out. They do the whole thing. They take the cap off. They ask me to run the water. I run the water in the kitchen, and he starts looking at the bottom of the house, and he says, oh, the pipes to the drain pipes to the sewer, there's leaking, and you're going to have it replaced. It's a $9,500 service. He shows me images, a video of what's going on down there. It's nasty. He says these are the original pipes that lead to the sewer. They're galvanized pipes. Galvanized pipes was used back in the day. I even think they're in mid-century homes too. Obviously, it's time to be replaced. It's going to continue to leak, and you're going to have mold and mildew. It's going to affect the foundation of the home because it's underneath the crawl space of the house. And because it is a 100-year-old house, you don't want to compromise the foundation. And by the way, when they took out the plumbing, it was nasty.
That's disgusting. Look at it. It's fucking rotted out.
But boy, oh boy, we're very happy that we did it, but it was a very costly thing. I would suggest you have a plumber come out and take a look at the home and assess anything that may need to be done. The next thing, we discovered this when we bought the home, the electrical wiring. If it still has original wiring, which I doubt most homes do, but if it still has original wiring, they use aluminum as wiring back in the day. And when we moved in, it boasted that it had, I think it was like 120 or etc. And we thought we were fine because it's a small, compact house. We didn't think anything of it. So we move into the house, we start using the dishwasher, and we see the lights flickering. Well, we had an electrician come out and look at the wiring, and yes, in fact, it needed some upgrades. An electrician come in and rewire, put in a new box, connect to the city, and it cost us about $6,000 to do that. But in fact, we do have, upgraded wiring now. So the house is all modernized. Even the plugs were done. Definitely have a professional and certified electrician come out and take a look at that. Let's talk about windows. Our house, all the windows was changed out to put in energy efficient windows. However, the casing that holds the windows, that was not upgraded. So our casing is 100-year-old casing. And we're not getting a lot of stability on the windows because we see that there's some things shifting. There's also wood rot showing up in some of the window ledges. And of course, it's not going to just be the ledge, it's probably going to be the frame of the window. We are going to be doing some repairs to those windows and to the casings as well. So if the windows are much older, you may want to having those switched out. Let's talk about some of the things you need to look for too when you move in. Do you have drafts in certain places in the house? That means your window seals are compromised. Let's talk about roofs to a 100-year-old house. We went up to the roof. We had that checked obviously before we moved in. Our roof is a flat roof because it's Spanish style. And so we haven't had any problems. When we first moved in here, our first year, we had a lot of rain. And we looked up because we wanted to see if there was any leak spots in the ceilings that were coming down. And in fact, We're very lucky we don't have anything of that nature. We did go up into the roof. We do see that there's some patchwork up there, you know, to cover up any leaks and seal leaks. And in fact, my husband recently went up there and reinforced some of the seals that with a bond, and we just want to protect our roof. Definitely say go up and have somebody go up there and take a look at it and tell you how much longer you may have on that roof. I'm sure that over the years most roofs have been repaired. Let's talk about framing and insulation. One of my first videos I did on YouTube was about us refurbishing this office space, which is actually the garage. 100-year-old houses were built obviously different. Framing will be outdated. They used different woods back then, different sized woods as well. And so walls were made out of these slats, and then they would put plaster over the walls, and that was your walls. So plastered walls. This house is surrounded with that. We had to actually pound out the walls to get them broken down when we redid this house, this room. We had rats in here, rat nests we found droppings, years and years and years of rat droppings in some parts of the pockets of the ceiling. It's just that it's so old. It's really hard to keep up with certain things over the years. And we got to that place where, you know, we had a little bit of money and we were able to really fix it up and modernize a lot of the things. But those are things that came after buying the house, obviously, because you live in it and you start noticing little things. And there's no insulation behind these walls. So my husband had a carpenter put up new framing, did the insulation, and then we had the drywall done. This 110 square foot room, I would say, cost us about $30,000. If not that, maybe a little bit more. And we also had electrical done in here. The house does not have insulation. Our heating bill, I would say, is probably twice as much as we would like. Our fix to that next year is we're going to put insulation in the attic. And we're going to use, since we live in Southern California, we're going to use very basic insulation. We're going to roll it out and we're going to see how that works. And that should be a quick fix. But the walls are not insulated, so just be aware of that. So these are some of the things I wanted to share with you regarding our experiences these past 5 years. We love this house. We're very happy that we bought it. I love the charm. I love the architecture. I love the neighborhood. I'm semi-retired. This tiny little house really suits me and my husband, and my mom lives with me, and we have 2 dogs and a cat. I know it seems like a lot, but it has really been an incredible experience for me living in an older home. But let me know if it has helped you. Let me know if you own an older home and what you may have experienced over the years and how you feel about and how attached you are to your home. Thank you for spending this time with me. I will talk to you again soon. Take care.